What's up, journeyers? Welcome to today's Tuesday live training. We are talking about neurodivergent money hacks. So, if you are neurodivergent, ADD, ADHD, bipolar, anxiety, depression, all of the different things that make our brains work totally differently than other people, this quite often affects your money. So, today we are going to talk about all of that. We're going to talk about a couple of hacks for those of us who are neurodivergent on how to really get your money to align with the way that your brain works. So when you jump on, say hello and let me know, what is your neurodivergent superpower? I need to know. I have a couple of people that are in this group that I already know what their neurodivergent superpower is, but I want to see if they know. So if you're on and you're watching, say hi and let me know what your neurodivergent superpower is, because we all have our own. Hey, Angela. Hey, Lori. I'm really excited about this one. Hey, Misty. So my neurodivergent superpower, which I'm going to talk about here in a second in more detail, is I hyper focus on like organizational. Look, what side am I on? Look at this. It's like what I do with office supplies is my neurodivergent superpower. I mean, literally the sticky notes are just, they're everywhere. Me and my office supplies. So Angela says creativity and flexible thinking, adaptability, and seeing the good in everything. Oh, I love that you have that like optimism component of your neurodivergent superpower. That's really cool. Okay. So as you guys type yours in, I want you really thinking about this. If you haven't thought about it, now's the time to think about it, because hack number one for neurodivergent money management and how to align your money with your brain is to embrace your neurodivergent superpower. Embrace it. Use it to your advantage. You want to figure out, what is the thing that my brain does a little differently than everyone else, but actually I can use that to Angela, I think a lot of negative things too. You're funny. What part of your neurodivergent superpower can you use to your advantage when it comes to your money? So a good example might be, if object permanence is an issue for you. If you don't know what that is, that's like out of sight, out of mind, where kind of like baby's peekaboo. Like if you don't see it, you don't even know it's there, right? Um, if that's really good for you, you can actually use that to your advantage and do things like move money to another account to get it out of sight so you don't spend it, right? There's things that you can do if that's part of your superpower. Now, again, another way you can use it is use that superpower to create a stream of income. So I actually did this for a little while. I wasn't diagnosed with ADD until I was 31 years old. And so my whole life, thinking that I was just weird and scatterbrained, I developed a hyper focused ability to organize and like do weird, I can't even, it's mirrored, do weird like spreadsheets, and like I can organize, I can create a system like no one else. I can't stick with a system very well, but by golly, I can create them. That is one of my superpowers. And I literally, for a little while, I was an organizational system productivity coach, and I literally got paid to help people set up systems because that was my neurodivergent superpower. So the first money hack, if you're neurodivergent, is embrace your superpower and use it for good within your money, whether using it to create a strategy within your money, like moving money to another account so you don't see it, or using it to create a stream of income. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is embrace self-reflection. Embrace self-reflection. What is all of it really about? Because the thing is about money, I say this all the time, your money problems are almost never, like money is almost never the problem. It's typically a symptom of something else that's going on. It's typically a sign that there's something else that needs to be taken care of, because your money is kind of showing that's where it's presenting itself. And so embrace the idea of self-reflection as a neurodivergent, because there's a really good chance that something else is happening in your brain that you haven't quite been able to get to the forefront and see it for what it is, because that's how our brains like to hide things from us, right? Especially with anxiety, right? Is really embrace that self-reflection. The other thing is, especially with things like impulsivity, unmet emotional needs is usually the cause of a lot of that, right? And so if you can really embrace the ability to heal your trauma, the ability to identify those needs, the ability to say, hey, what's this really about? Then you get to get past the, well, my brain just doesn't work, and well, I just don't know how to do that, and well, I'm just never going to be good at that. You can get past all of that because you can self-reflect and say, I really struggle with this, but I'm determined and I'm good at this, and I can use that to work, right? And you get to self-reflect of like, oh, you know what? I actually just really need a hug, right? And meet those actual needs. So that's money hack number 2 for neurodivergence, is to embrace self-reflection, figure out what it's really about so you can address those things so that it doesn't show up in your money, right? Number 3, your third neurodivergent money hack is to embrace simplicity. Now, I don't necessarily mean embrace simplicity and don't ever buy anything nice and only have a little bit of things. That's not really what I mean. I mean, embrace the idea of changing one thing at a time. Just one. Find one small change you can implement. Find one little thing that you can do to start moving your money journey forward. One thing. Because the truth is, scattered efforts produce scattered results. If you try to do a little bit of everything, which is what we are so good at, right? Because we just chase, right? Instead of chasing all of the things, looking for a big win and a big high and a big, like, whoa, start small. Find one small thing you can change and get a small win from it. Get that hit of dopamine, get excited, and then look for the next thing. One thing at a time. If you try to scatter your priorities around, there's actually a quote by an author who says, Courtney Scattered is my middle name. I know. There's a quote that says, if you have more than 3 priorities, you have none. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's really good. If you are neurodivergent, if you have more than 1 priority, you have none. Okay, you can get anything done. And so embrace the idea of simplicity and give yourself permission to choose one change. Choose one thing at a time to focus on. If we do anything right, we have the ability to hyper focus, right? So choose one thing, a single issue, micro changes, and implement those before you try to go crazy implementing all of the things, trying to be perfect, trying to be all or nothing. Give yourself grace, give yourself the ability to change one thing at a time. Okay? So, your big 3 neurodivergent money hacks. Embrace your neurodivergent superpower. Let it work for you. Embrace self-reflection. What's really going on? Make sure you're meeting your needs instead of trying to meet them with money issues. And embrace simplicity. Give yourself permission to do one thing at a time, because that is how you're going to get actual results in your money. Now, I want to share a story with you, like an analogy, because I really want you to understand, as somebody who is neurodivergent, you are not broken. Okay? You're not broken. You're not destined to never be able to figure it out. You're not destined to always succumb to your impulsivity. You're not broken. Your brain just works differently. Not bad, just different. And so I'm going to give you an analogy, and it might not be the best analogy, but it works. And that is, think about people who are colorblind. Okay? If you're colorblind, your brain just works differently than everyone else, right? The connection between your eyes and the interpreting centers of your brain is a little off. And so you see things differently. People who are colorblind do not go around trying to stop being colorblind, right? They don't go around beating themselves up for not being able to match outfits perfectly every time. They don't go around beating themselves up for not being able to see all the individual nuances in color, okay? No, if they have an issue matching something, they just go colorblind, right? How do I know this? My husband is colorblind. And literally, he will bring my daughter downstairs in 2 like sort of off shades of pink that, like, pink, they have to be like super far apart to be worth matching, or they have to be exact, right? So they'll be like slightly off, and I'm like, that doesn't work. And he'll be like, colorblind. If you don't like it, dress her yourself. And I love that because he doesn't beat himself up. He's not mad about it. He's like, my brain just works differently, right? And so other people I've seen, they'll take a friend with them to go pick out outfits to be sure that they match, and then they'll store their clothes in matching outfits so that they know and they can be confident and they can trust, right? So they're putting a system in place that works the way their brain works, right? That helps them to accomplish what they're trying to accomplish without trying to pretend like they're not colorblind. Okay? Same thing goes with your neurodivergence. Stop trying to not be neurodivergent. It's not going to happen. Your brain just works differently. Instead, what you need to do is embrace your neurodivergent superpower, embrace that self-reflection, and embrace simplicity, and use it all to your advantage. You need to find systems that work with the way your brain works, right? Stop trying to do what other people are doing. Do what works for you, right? Now, I will tell you, I have created something for you guys that is going to help you take all of these things, this idea of embracing your superpower, embracing the thing that works for you, really self-reflecting, especially if you've got anxiety going on, taking these neurodivergent superpowers, implementing things one at a time. And one of the biggest struggles with neurodivergence is taking the knowledge that you have and connecting it to activity. So you guys, I have created an interactive ebook. Y'all, when I tell you this is basically a mini course, oh my gosh, I had so much fun. It has videos that will actually take you through one thing at a time where you can say, hey, this is the one thing I want to focus on right now. And you can go to that section. It's interactive. You go to that section, you watch a couple little videos, and you do the activities. These videos are like 2 minutes long. Okay, they're super short. They're super engaging because I'm super engaging. Okay, that was really self-serving, but you know what I mean. They are engaging and they give you an activity, and each activity tends to take only about 5 or 10 minutes. So we're talking about quick wins that you can start getting with your money right now. And the cool thing about this ebook is I've designed it to work with the neurodivergent brain. It is not a 30-page ebook of nothing but text, and you get to the end of it and are left to try to figure out how to implement all this information on your own. That is not what I do. I am here for you, right? Oh, you guys are so sweet. So I honestly, this ebook is like a little baby of mine now because it is so pretty. It is so engaging. It's going to take you step by step. You can skip it, like literally it shows you how to say, you know what, this is my priority right now. And you go right to that section and do those things. And when you're ready, you go do the next section. And I literally prompt you on how to make sure you go back to it because Lord knows when you're neurodivergent, going back to things is hard, right? I created this just for you. Again, this is not about trying to not be neurodivergent. This is about embracing those things and using them to your advantage to make your money work for you and make your money work the way that your brain works. I got you. I talk you through it. Okay, so if you want that ebook, you guys, like I said, this is really like a mini course. Like honestly, when I told my coach how much I was selling this for, she was like, what? This could easily have been a $50, $75 mini course. I'm not doing that. That's crazy, right? It is only $10. The first 20 people to grab this ebook get it for only $10. I might raise the price. I might not. I honestly haven't decided yet, but it's for right now. It's $10. $10 to be able to start implementing one thing at a time, to be able to start finding your neurodivergent superpower, to self-reflect, to figure out what's actually going to fit, what's going to work for you, how to prioritize, how to stop being scattered, how to find those things that actually are going to make your money work for you. And it is only $10. So I'm going to drop the link. I think it's a steal too, Angela. I'm going to be totally honest with you. So I'm going to drop the link in the comments. And then I am going to, I'll put it in the description as well when we get off here. But grab that now. Like I said, the first 20 people get it for $10. There's a special offer at the end of it for free. Call with me if you want it. So make sure that you jump in and grab it. And let me know, once you go through that ebook, it might take you a few weeks to get through all of it because I want you going one thing at a time and really taking your time with it. I talk you through that in the book. But I want to know how it worked for you. I want to know how it went. I want to know what you learned, what your wins were, what you took away from it. So definitely let me know once you get through the ebook. Okay? If you have any troubles, if you have any issues, let me know. I hope that was super helpful for you guys. And yeah, I love y'all. And I will see you guys on Thursday for Cash and Coffee. Bye.